Welcome everybody to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy Jay Aguila.
And this Lucito.
We're here again to talk about everything and anything about wrestling. Before anything, thank you everybody for supporting us, bringing our view counts to double digits on the IG. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Again, kudos to my good man Lucito for the editing work. Great work. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys got to go visit our social media platform on the IG, on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on the, I think I said IG, Instagram, back to back, Twitter, on the YouTube and Facebook, Providence Lucha Talk, as well as the podcast media app. Wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, we should be there for you, for your enjoyment. Before anything, I definitely want a moment of silence to one of the biggest hip-hop group losing a very young individual. You guys know him as Takeoff from the Migos. He was a big wrestling fan, loved Ric Flair, loved the WWE. Quick moment of silence for him. Thank you. Sadly, he passed away in a an incident that occurred in Houston. Bullet wound, one of those like stray bullets hit him, and unfortunately it took his life away. And prayer for Quavo, who's still in the hospital recovering. So wishing the best speedy recovery. Any thoughts on the Migos?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel like sometimes like it baffles me that like you're that famous and rich, and I'm saying you have to be in that scene, but I feel like if I was that rich, I'll own my own bowling alley. I try to prevent stuff, but things happen, unfortunately. But it's sad, and I think they're all family. I think one of them is uncle for both of them, and two of them are cousins. I think they're all three of them are
Quavo and Takeoff, our cousin. Yeah. Offset's like maybe their uncle. And the thing is that the thing about Takeoff, which makes me a little bit sad, is like he's the quietest one of the room. So everybody say like he chill, he just want to be to himself, doesn't like to bother nobody. Just count his money, do his music, get the F out of there. That's Takeoff. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad like an innocent dude like that. Yeah. And I say innocent because a person who's chill like that, me personally believe that they're not like barking the wrong tree. You know what I'm saying? They're just there to chill, hang. Once they vibe, go home, recharge, go. Yeah. So it's sad to see like a young man like that, lose his life for nothing. But prayer for his family, wishing for the best. But and Ric Flair also showed love for the Migos too, which was pretty cool too. Because
I like that the fusion between hip hop. Like I feel like, which is kind of funny. Like for the past, I would say, 5 years.
Yes.
Wrestling became more mainstream through music, or music through wrestling. Like there's been kind of like we have Burger T and Bad Bunny, Ric Flair, Bad Bunny, the Migos. You have different people. So I like that like wrestling, it wasn't as popular back in there. It was like a niche market or like So now it's similar to like anime too. Now it's like everything that was sort of unpopular back in the day, now it's like becoming mainstream or like the it thing.
We cannot also forget about like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was a big Shaq, Big Diesel was about the wrestling culture. So you're right. There's a lot of great influencers and artists who have been part of or cameo into the wrestling culture and, made us laugh. I think the one that kind of failed was the Big Baller brand. Because LaMelo was so young and he just didn't understand like censorship.
But LeVar was the star of it. Like he did his thing. Like he stole the show basically. He did what he had to do.
Yeah, I just wish they just continue with that good branding. You know what I'm saying? But kids will be kids. But once again, prayers to the family of the Migos, and we're gonna continue on to the news that Crown Jewels may be continuing this Saturday. Well, but by the time you guys hear the audio podcast, it may or may have happened. But in your thoughts, with the current situation that we're in right now, do you believe that the Prince is going to continue with his show?
I think it will continue. It's just an inherent risk of them doing business with foreign relations.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the Prince will, my opinion, he will try to keep them as safe as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's the political dispute between them and I think it's Iran was the country. But Iran. I think WWE will still, they're gonna run the show, and also like they are not taking the full roster. They're taking, I think they probably have like 5 matches, probably 5-6 matches in total. So it's you're not risking a whole show. Like if something similar to like happened when they got stuck over there, they still have enough people in house for Monday or Monday or Tuesday that they could still like run a show.
It is it's, to me, it's honorable for those who are doing like people are still touring, right? So it's honorable like the selective few who are going, you know what I'm saying? I think Triple H and Stephanie are going to do everything in their power that they get like the presidential treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like full guarded, in and out. We don't want no mess with like whatever's going on. But also, it's the Prince. You know what I'm saying? This is his pay-per-view. So with the financial blessing that this man have, I believe that he'll probably have like tanks and like the armies just surrounding the premises and make sure there is a contingent plan in case if things do go south. They already know like, all right, in and out. Bye.
I feel like this is if something not were to happen, but I feel like wrestling is similar to the Olympics. Yes. I feel like that is something that enemies and friends have like a common ground that I feel like they probably, and then disputes might happen before the show and maybe after the show, but I feel during the show, I hope, and I don't think nothing's gonna happen similar to what like kind of the Olympics is like they call a truce and like they watch sport or entertainment or like competition. Then after that you go on your own separate ways. I feel like it's
they need like a Switzerland. You know what I'm saying? Switzerland was the mutual zone for like between like Russia and the UK and all the they if the show was doing it in like in a neutral area, knowing that like in this place we don't want war. We just want love, peace, and enjoyment. Things will be fine. But I truly believe, alongside with you, that things will be fine. Things should work out. It's very interesting that this type of news just came out of the blues. Because I think this is what their 5th, 6th year of doing Crown Jewels now, and it's
I think 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Like I've been my current job position where I'm at, I've been there for about close to 6 years. So like as soon as Crown Jewels started, I was still So it's like 5-6 years of doing this, and it's very unpresidential that is like, oh yeah, someone wants to attack us the same day that foreigners are coming to our nation to provide entertainment. But I agree with you, like you said. I'm hoping for the best. I think they're gonna try to respect what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're really that crazy for Brock or Bobby Lashley like that, or Roman. But hopefully things will be real good. So with that being said, let's have a little fun. We're gonna do our Crown Jewels prediction for this Saturday or past Saturday for those who are listening on who we believe should be winning their respective events. So with that being said,
and also those you posted on Instagram, they could also vote. Check out Providence Lucha Talk on Instagram, and you could put in your votes and on prediction on who won, who's gonna win.
I wish I would have done it earlier, you know what I'm saying? But the idea just came to me like today. I was like, oh wait, I know how to do polls now, so why didn't I do this earlier? So for the Saturday pay-per-view, let's start with let's go with the big dogs. Let's go. All right, we'll save those for last. We have Control Damage versus Asuka and Blitz for the Women Tag Team Championship belt. Who do you believe is getting this W?
I think the Asuka and Alexa Bliss will retain. They won last week, and I think it'll be too quick to take it off on them.
Yes, actually, that was a big pop. Congratulations to Alexa Bliss and Asuka for winning the women's tag team belt in Houston or Dallas. That was
but they also messed up in one of their. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter. They messed up in one of the promotional things. They put you know how they carry the belt on the arm. So there's one of them that they had Sasha's hand on the title.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now, and you are right.
Yeah,
they did it on Alexa Bliss hand.
So I don't know. We might see Sasha and Naomi, maybe.
No.
But maybe when they come back, they might be the next. But I don't know. There's a reason for that.
Let's hold that thought. But
that's what I'm thinking. Alexa, and Asuka might retain.
With that being said, but I definitely want to. Call back to that point. We do have the Raw Women's Championship being defended between the champion Bianca Belair versus Bayley, the leader of the Control Damage or the head of the Control Damage. Actually, my previous pick is also Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Lucita's right. It's too soon for them to lose the belt. And
they just come back from a break.
Yeah. So Bayley and Belair.
We the same thing. The title's gonna stay with the champion. So Belair.
It'll be cool. I'm gonna go opposite.
Okay.
Bayley. Bayley definitely showed some little bit more aggressiveness on Saturday with the clips I've been watching.
Okay.
I think people might try to do her little chant song that they do in the UK. I think the Middle Eastern might give that an attempt and see if it come out pretty nice and with a good flow. So
because she had her chance the last pay-per-view and she couldn't get it done.
Shut the hell up!
Yeah. But she couldn't get it done at Extreme Rules, and that was not the perfect time for her to no rules on it, and 3 of them couldn't defeat Belair, and I feel like that was your chance to become champion. One way, I don't think one-on-one match. I don't think that it's enough for her to.
I could see if Bianca win, that's great. Yeah, that's great. I'm just only predicting on what WWE might be doing with the product. Bayley winning, I'm not sure if their status show there's more bigger following for Bayley than Bianca. So maybe for the for the little girls and women empowerment, be oh, Bayley won. You bad guys win, so that's why I'm picking Bayley, but that's a good point. What's the name of their team? It's the Brawlers? I put Brawlers, but I know
it's something Brutes or something. It's basically I think the Brutes basically.
The Brutes. I put the Brawlers because I was I forgot I forgot. My apologies, people. But so we got the Brutes, Wagner and Pete Dunne versus Jimmy and Jay. They became the number 1 contenders during a match between Sami Zayn and Solo on a Friday night. Surprisingly, they lost, but Sami Zayn and Solo. So now we got Uso versus the Brutes. Who do you think is staying or
I feel
is the gold moving on?
For so far, I feel like this championship, everything for me, they're gonna retain. I know there's a lot of drama for the tribal chief and stuff, but the championship needs to stay put at the moment.
The bloodline belts needs to go nowhere. That's what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. The bloodline is still there's still a lot of story to be told. Personally, the one high theory that came to my attention is that what if Sami Zayn is doing all the right thing for him to be in position to be a contender for the heavyweight belt against Roman?
That he could
be so if that's the case, then hey, that's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
Because even that's one possibility because the tribal chief tribe itself have been going to SmackDown and Raw. That he could start something with Theory, and that's the quickest way to the title.
That's the quickest way,
or any title.
Or Sami Zayn also be all right, time to show off Kevin Owens, the Panda Express teaming up.
The Panda Express is Gargano.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
So he basically make his own tribe.
Yeah.
So okay, Indies versus WWE.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Yeah. That would be, but we both agree the Usos are definitely keeping the belt. Then we got like the two of the biggest men that WWE have to offer. We got Omos.
But there's two matches, two of the biggest. One pair of the two.
Well, yeah. We got Omos versus Braun in it's not a special type of match.
No, I think it's a straight up
match.
Yeah.
I could see Braun with this W.
Yeah, the same thing. Like Omos, it's not gonna affect Omos if he loses, which is kind of like a safety net. Braun cannot lose. He came back for a reason. He came out hot, and everybody likes him. So like, run with that in the moment. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be like an old school back in the day. Used to be like Kane and Big Show, or like those type of
involved. Yeah,
those type of matches. It's gonna be like a '90s match.
Okay. I kind of miss that. I do miss like big meaty men like going at it. So I'm just hoping that Omos is just a little bit more flexible with certain like bumps. You know what I'm saying? Braun has improved. I agree with that. I'm just hoping Omos is able to match that type of skill to deliver good. And if they botch, then people don't care. They're just happy that
they're stupid guys.
Yeah,
and the Prince. I think the Prince likes that type of wrestling, because when they first started going to over there, they was like, "Oh, we want Yokozuna." I'm like, he passed away decades ago. Like, he wanted like 90s like Hulk Hogan, and I'm like, most of those people either retire, can't do it anymore, or pass away. Like, so this is something.
The most that you got was Undertaker and
Goldberg.
Yeah, like, bro.
And even the Shawn Michaels one, when they did the Team of Destruction, and they did some. So at least you still got like an ending.
Oh yes, the hell of a match.
At least this one, it's like.
And he also got John Cena and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else. Like, kid.
So at least this is your Giants match, basically.
Please, I hope this is good enough for you. This one is pretty interesting. I'm surprised it's being presented in Crown Jewel. Is Drew versus Cross.
I think this story, hopefully this is their last match. I hope. They need to like part ways. Like, they need new partners or stories.
So who's gonna dance with Drew?
Or he maybe has to. He gets beat up so much that he has to like not rebrand, but go back to the not Shattered Dreams, but like his initial when he started as when he was like Chosen One, rebranded like that. So be out of TV for a little bit to like get rebranded.
Cross so far has been very mysterious, mystique, very like out of mind, out of sight, but catch you when at where you least expect it so far. If they do part way, I believe Cross will be the next to go for the unified heavyweight championship.
Because this could go two different ways. So the way I mentioned right now, so I overall I just want Karrion Kross to win.
Yep.
But if Karrion Kross, like one way would be if Karrion Kross wins.
Yep.
Then Drew McIntyre goes and rebrands, and maybe we have his old gimmick back, which is good for him. Mm-hmm. If McIntyre wins. Mm-hmm. Kudos, he becomes, once again, he becomes in the title picture. Then you could continue, possibly Karrion Kross be the White Rabbit for the Bray Wyatt. So, like, there's a lot of, because we still don't know about the YS6, like, who's, like, the characters behind. So, Karrion Kross used to be the Rabbit back in Lucha Underground. So, there's a lot of, like, similar, like, connections to, not to Bray Wyatt, but to the character. So, that could be a possibility, like, if he wins and beats him up or whatever, then he goes away, then he ends up being part of Bray Wyatt.
And Bray is also going to be in Crown Jewels. So are they going to introduce or reveal
another one? Because we saw Uncle Howdy.
Which the earring indicates that.
And the teeth.
That it's Bo Dallas. Yeah. So we might be seeing Bo Dallas in Crown Jewels, or he might be revealing one of the characters in the show. It'll be really interesting to see what Bray is gonna do. With the earlier conversation right now, I'm just thinking out loud. Is like, I'm hoping the matches are not that long either.
I think overall this whole pay-per-view should be max 3 hours.
That's reasonable. I hope so too.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Because also the people they don't go long.
Yeah, so I want Cross to win this match. Personally, I want Cross to win this match. You have Drew.
I have Cross.
You have Cross too? Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. Judgment Day versus the OC.
I will say the OC. Just to prove a point to New Japan. You double book me, I'm going to win this match. and then give you your title after. Not title, but title match
Who's
after.
Who's taking the pin from Judgment Day, in your personal opinion?
Priest.
I'm picking Judgment Day, and I could see.
You know, there will be Carl Anderson pinning Priest.
AJ is pinning Dominique.
Okay.
My pick is Judgment Day. Dominique is pinning AJ.
Oof. Okay. Again, so you have a 2.
Yeah, reverse. Okay. Yeah. No, because like they've been going back and forth. So, and also they do also have another match in Survivor Series War Games where they have a fourth with Rhea, and then OC has to find a female counterpart for their War Game match. So that's going to be very interesting on that direction. But
I'm telling you, I probably might be Raquel.
Raquel would be a nice fit. I was thinking
you need like a good guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's really nobody else.
Yeah, but they also like mischief. You know, someone who's a little bit more badass too. I was thinking.
Remember, she has to go against Rhea Ripley, so it's gonna be tough. Like you need somebody that's like gonna give you a match. You know,
I mean, Dakota Kai did well against Rhea. It could be a Charlotte. I could see Charlotte be part of OC. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like legendary group. Yeah. She's already Hall of Famer worthy by default. I think she'll be a good fit.
Yeah, but I feel like it should be too much. I feel like should be the match would be for her. Like she'll take over just in presence over the match. I feel Raquel, it's like if they win, it helps her to like get up the ladder.
Because if anything, right, Nia Jax will be a nice pickup.
Yeah.
Because then it will be a nice return for her. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, she's been in the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So I could see her being in the mix against, you know, Finn and Dominique. And so, yeah. So my pick would be Lion. I'm going to say Lion too. I feel like she should be part of it. Rhea, Nia Jax, if she could, and Charlotte. Those would be my 4 prediction for the war game for the 4th member. Anyone small, then Rhea's gonna destroy them, easily destroy them. So Judgment Day, and you got the OC. Wow, we've been parting ways. Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. A feud that is old as time, but for some reason people want this.
You wouldn't want to see this? Well, we'll see on Saturday. So
I might be seeing it on Saturday.
And I think this is gonna be, out of all the matches that a little too late. This is not the right time, but I feel like they have nothing to do and they are equal.
So this is another big meaty man type of match that I'm excited for. If you would have thrown in Big E, I would have been a little bit satisfied, but they're in their shape. I think last week we both agreed they're in their shape. They've been doing great. You know, the way how Brock came back to was so left field too. Yeah. That was like, bro, like we haven't seen you since like your championship match, and now you just show up to fight Bobby like this. It was weird. I'm guessing you're picking Bobby.
Yeah, the Almighty.
You think he's going to come out without W?
Yes. I don't know how he's going to do it, because Brock would be too difficult to do the full Nelson. And I don't think Brock Lesnar like trusts and like behind the scenes, whatever, like he works well with people and like trusts people. I feel like he trusts Lashley, but I don't think if he loses to him by like a full Nelson, like I don't know. I think it has to be like with a spear or the Dominator or something. But
I'm picking Brock Lesnar, and the reason why I'm picking Brock Lesnar is one, he is a fan favorite. Bobby's a fan favorite too, but I think the Prince is more towards Brock Lesnar, and I think he would love to see Bobby simply be picked up multiple times with the suplex. So we are going to see Suplex City once again in the Middle East, and we're also going to be seeing a couple of F5. The one thing I would like to see is a UFC version of this match. So instead of them using the glove like they tried to do with Triple H and Brock Lesnar a few years ago, I want to see it done with two guys who actually were part of the MMA. See how well they could dance with each other before, things go back to pro wrestling and, Brock gets the W with his.
Yeah, because they could do submissions towards each other. I feel like Brock Lesnar, I don't know if he's kept training or not, but his thing is wrestling, not jiu-jitsu, and Bobby Lashley is more jiu-jitsu than wrestling.
You know what they say in the commentary during the UFC? As long as you have a strong foundation in wrestling, you could everything else is an add-on. So if his foundation is wrestling, everything else, I think Bobby.
But I hope because I know Bobby Lashley is their Fridays, but I hope tomorrow for Friday they kind of not give you a preview, but go back on their background because they both have NCAA training, wrestling training and MMA. So at least they give you snippets or even the pre-show of their former training. So at least it hypes up more as a match than a wrestling.
A little flavor, you know what I'm saying? A little flavor to it. So yeah, Brock, Bobby, wow, we're really apart. And the big match itself, the eye candy, the reason Crown Jewels is even still going till this day is Roman Reigns defending his championship against Mr. Logan Paul, who's only been wrestling for a total of 4 matches, has won 4 matches. He hasn't lost.
I think he did 2 or 3.
WrestleMania.
They were both he did tag team and a solo one. So he got 2 matches.
Then he did The Miz. This will be his 4th match.
Okay.
This will be, so it's less than a handful, basically. Yeah. So it's kind of strange to me that Roman Reigns does the podcast, Impulsive. They have a good chat here and then the third, and next thing you know, you get the announcement we're going to have a championship match between Logan Paul and Roman Reigns. This is something that has been promoted for not that well. I'm going to be honest with you. The promo has not been the greatest, but it's been announced for a while that these two will be seeing face to face. And his brother Jake Paul, who be Anderson Silva in his boxing match, is going to make his debut in the Middle East with his brother. So, with that being said, who you think is coming out with the W?
Like I said last podcast,
and a few minutes ago about the Usos,
and his brother is gonna see his brother lose again. So it's gonna be Roman Reigns. But last week I was like, Jake's gonna see his brother lose again because he had a losing streak and for all boxing, and then it was like he's not gonna make it out of Crown Jewel.
He's not walking out with the gold. You're saying
correct.
So with the talk that he had with Triple H and
he's an impressive. He has been impressive celebrity with the limited amount of training. I'm impressed as a celebrity performer.
Do you think it's fair that he has a championship match?
I
know we had this type of conversation.
They're doing it for not for the ratings, but I feel like the
Prince definitely
also that too. But they also if you out of anybody in the roster, he will bring the most eyes to it.
Okay.
Unless you do, you know what I'm saying, Bray Wyatt, that's only a big one. You already did Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley did it. So everybody in the roster, he's beaten. So the only one that we haven't seen in theory has been Gunther, and that's like a contender.
Damn, and Gunther is not even on my plane.
But that's only if you think, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like there's nobody else, and he has a fun. But he's busy with McIntyre. That's the thing.
This match, I hope it's Cross.
Yeah.
Please let it be Cross.
So I think it's gonna be. I hope they make it a good match. And now it's Roman's time to show us if he could lead a match.
If he could take the bump, if he could be more Miz-like, because Miz is like one of the few individuals that can make anyone look good.
He's a benchmark of So if you go against the Miz, now you determine if they're good or not. Like
yes, which is a great thing. Yeah, I agree. Roman does walk away with the W. I'm curious to know how Jake is influenced or will be part of this match. Yeah. By that, I'm mostly wondering if he's going to try to hit Roman with the jab. Does the Uso come to the rescue? You know,
and I wonder how many Superman punches can he take, because he's trained for boxing, so he could take a punch. So is he gonna not oversell, but is he gonna take more punches, Superman punches, than what Brock did, or you know what I'm saying,
because Nick Fury was in Clash of the Castle. Mm-hmm. I don't even think he really. Oh yeah, no, he knocked out Theory. That's what he did.
Because he was gonna cash it in.
Yep.
So I wonder how many Superman punch.
And we don't know if Solo is going, because I know Sami Zayn is not gonna be there, but I'm wondering if Solo is gonna be part of it. So, oof. But Roman definitely is walking out with the championship, guys. That's what I believe. That's what I can see going with, hopefully within less than 3 hours. And then they just wrap it up and, leave everything behind. Yeah. Hopefully they hired someone, a third party people, to take care of the setup, and they just walk away like musicians do with bands. Cool. So we talked about Jake. You brought up a really interesting conversation before we start recording. Do celebrities make a big impact for the wrestling culture?
It depends who it is. They have to be, I guess, hot at the moment or known. Because we had, for example, WWE, I feel like they've done it the best in comparison to the other companies. Because I feel like we had, if you get the stamp of approval from, let's say, Ric Flair, Booker T, everybody, they're Hall of Famer veterans. And also you have Bad Bunny, which was the hottest star at the moment. Then those two should make, magic, and they did. The two songs that they come out great. Then the Migos were hot at the moment, and when they came back, kind of bringing back Ric Flair, that helped Ric Flair's points with the crowd and kind of with the culture.
Everybody wooing and stuff. Yep.
But I feel yesterday for Dynamite, we saw Rick Ross, and for me it's just at the moment I'm not I know of Rick Ross and what he music and stuff, but I don't know if he's coming out with anything new at the moment currently. So it's just why are you there? One, for me. And
because he's Rick Ross.
No, true. But it's just there's nothing, boss, not promotional, but it was just you're just there to be there, and it's whatever. The Lamar Jackson was good because they were in Baltimore, so it's that made more sense. But the other one's just it's just AEW. I feel they're hit or miss with the people.
So I enjoy my short 10 to 16 minute clips of Hey EW, right? With RJ City doing his interview bit with with the talent. His last episode was with Swerve, and he was if we could, and everybody know RJ said he'd love to start scandals. So he was if you could start a rivalry, a hip hop rivalry with any of these artists out there, who would you pick? And Swerve said with no hesitation, I would like to fight Bow Wow. He's free. He's been talking a lot of junk on the online. I think I definitely want him to come through and see what happens. Yo, no word of lie, Sunday, I was just reading these tweets back and forth. RJ City was are we going to get a response within less than 24 hours? Bow will respond back, be yo, where do I sign up? Let me know the day and time. RJ City is can I get you in so we could get your side of the story and this and that and the third. Bow was well, right now I'm in tour, but once I come back, we could definitely talk number and make sure you save me a chair. He was what type of chair would he like? RJ City started this little shenanigan, but Swerve is right. It's he does have that type of influence in hip hop. So does Jade, because Jade had young. Was it young MIA?
Young MIA, and she had, I forgot the other ones. That one that was with Diamante.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And Shaq was part of it. Yeah. Snoop did made it Yeah, because they did the big show. Not the big show, but the show
that was the big show.
Yeah. So they had that going on. Mm-hmm. So to answer your question, they coexist with each other because they trying to be like, hey guys, this is hip hop. This is like America's genre music of this generation. Hey, this is wrestling. This is one of America's longest pastime entertainment, sport entertainment that we have. You know, this is how we could coexist. And honestly, I don't say AEW is doing it worse, but you know,
like I feel like I'm not saying like they need
okay.
They don't need ulterior motives, but it's just random.
Like Dennis Rodman with WCW,
but it's just random. You know what I'm saying? Like for AEW, for me, it's just random. Like I understand that Swerve has connections to hip hop and stuff, but it's just like if you would have got somebody that was like not connected to Bow Wow, but somebody like opposite, then he could be like that's his thing, but he's kind of like beefing in the hip hop thing against Bow Wow. So then we're like, okay, now there's something there, but Rick Ross is kind of like neutral because I know he got his production company and everything, but he's like neutral about everything. Same thing with Shaq. It was just like, okay, Mike Tyson, like, oh, Mike Tyson coming back. I don't care. Like it was good, but it's just like
Mike Tyson did WCW.
Well, he's coming back, I think, next week,
and AEW.
Yeah, and he's coming back next week. I'm like, okay, he doesn't do nothing. Like,
I mean, he once he's on, he's on. I mean, usually 9 out of 10 he said like he's like high or in shrooms, so it's gonna be hilarious because he bring the comedy side. He's serious, but he just bring the comedy side that it kind of break the ice. It kind of like loosen the tension a bit, and then you just like, good old Mike.
Same thing with like not celebrity, but like Jeff Jarrett came back yesterday.
God,
and it was just like, why? Like we don't need you. And it's just like, all right. Like I see why, because we had the match, the one I think it was in Mexico. It was it Mexico or in the Indies? It was Andrade and basically Ric Flair's last match.
Oh, yeah, that was in the U.S.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you had Ric Flair and Andrade, and you had Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. So it's like, yes, okay, that's a connection, but it was just like, whatever. Like it was just,
and then his promo disrespecting the fans, saying like how long his family has been running the business. And
but he's been busy this whole year. He's been in every company.
Well, he's healthy. Yeah. He definitely looked like he's been taking steroid because I don't remember his arm being that big. Like he looked a little bit leaner on the arms and stuff. So I'm like, bro, you must be going heavy on the juice. But like you said, he's not really much of a it factor or someone like a person that I would love to see back will be Jeff Hardy. Like, hey, you got him in earlier this year. Are we going to see more of him? Are we not? You know what I'm saying? Tell me about Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Like,
what's going on with them? Like, I like the promos because I don't know what's going on.
The video package are crazy.
I don't know what's going on. I like that, but it's just like I want like they're making it basically look like the Thanos thing, like there's AEW disappearing, which is kind of
the elite.
Yeah, but also I feel like the essence of AEW it's disappearing because at the moment for the past 3 weeks it's mostly Ring of Honor.
You wanted more Ring of Honor,
which is great, but it's just like, are we transitioning over to like not a rebranding, but like are we switching over to Ring of Honor, or are we doing like Ring of Honor versus AEW? Are we doing something like that, or at least which I like the mystery and stuff, but it's just like we are missing the essence. For me, I'm missing the essence. I'm not enjoying AEW as I used to enjoy before. So I don't know if it's like the matches or the booking or the guests or whatever, but I'm not like, I watch it, but I'm not like enjoying it. So I don't know if it's because I see the same people over. Like we don't need to see Moxley.
Or is it the band?
I don't need to see Moxley on a weekly basis.
Well, Moxley is the working horse.
Yeah, but
he shouldn't be the working horse. I understand.
You're doing a tournament, okay?
I don't see a lot of kids.
Like he shouldn't have to be. But he's not like he's Ring of Honor. You just put him in there.
Heavyweight champion.
But we should not see him on Wednesday. He went against what's his name, Menard.
Oh, the Tiger Fu, Kung Fu. Yeah,
the 2.0 guy.
Yeah,
Then he went against Moriarty. Like then he went. That was on Friday. Then he had a match on Wednesday.
Well, he was covering for Yuta because Yuta took the commitment in doing New Japan, which is honorable. But again, Jon Moxley is a working horse, so he understands that currently most of our top wrestlers are not in. Like because we just talked about the elite. So
but you have the Dark Order. You could. Put him
Dark Order is not a big of a factor.
No, but you could put Ted or whoever, like, put him in a match. You could have, I don't know, Luchasaurus, give him a squash match.
He had that triple threat match with Orange Cassidy. Shout out to Orange Cassidy for retaining the belt. But he was working. And he had, was Christian in his corner?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know, Christian is trying to do
and he's injured too, so he can't.
And he's injured. So, AEW, like we said, the elite, CM Punk, right now they don't Miro. We're not seeing much of Miro.
You don't have Adam Cole.
You don't got Adam Cole, even though he did do that promo photo with his wife. So he's still in the building, but he's not being packaged on TV. Interesting. I'm not seeing a lot of FTR. FTR lost.
But they came to help out Samoa Joe at the end.
Of course they did, but they're not in a match though. You know, so yeah, a lot of their top performers are not. I haven't even seen Sting too, like,
which is good.
Bro, you really are like jabbing on these like old heads for real.
No, but it's just like you're not adding to it.
Now the Sting, who's next? Big Show and Henry.
Don't get me Mark Henry. I cannot. I want his gig. Like he just gets paid. It's time. No, go do something else. Like we don't need you until the little side.
Voice. He finally found his voice, and you'll be like, nah, I cannot. I can.
It's so gimmicky. Like just let's get to like giving main event. Let's go. You're wasting time. That's 3 minutes of extra wrestling.
But
I know Big Frank loves it because he wants more promo. So that's his thing. But I want to see more like. All elite wrestling, not all elite talking. Like, come on, let's.
Wow. Henry, he doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? He does not mean that. He loves you, but I thought you was gonna go after Paul Wright, but damn, not Henry.
Yeah, but Big Show doesn't. I haven't seen him at all.
Who?
The Big Show.
Paul Wright.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. So there's a lot of factors that just doesn't seems to be going in places. They like Perry Jack. I haven't seen a lot of story being pushed for him. Like names are slowly coming out. Shout out to the Lucha Bros doing their thing. Orange Cassidy and the Best Friend. Trish Landish.
Stylander.
Chris Stylander. Yeah. Haven't seen much of her because of injury. Shout out to Britt Baker.
And Saraya may or may not start, wrestling.
Maybe, who knows? But Britt Baker, her partner Caitlyn. Is it Caitlyn or Kathleen Lynn? Doesn't matter. Reba. Shout out to Jade, who's still putting the work. Nyla Rose. So they're scrambling, but it's not hitting. It's just not hitting the way how I would like for it to hit.
Like I know they're coming to Boston soon, and I'm like, I really don't want to go. Like the first couple of times, I'm like, oh, let's go. Now it's just like,
Well, what are they going to Worcester or Boston?
They're going to the one in Agganis Arena. I think November.
Nah, that's not.
But it's just like it's on a Wednesday night, and it's
shout out to the twins. They have a birthday. I'm not gonna be able to do no wrestling because like Friday is their birthday party, and then Sunday is like we're recovering from the party because pay-per-view. I'll definitely.
I'll
you're out there watching
Survivor Series.
Yeah. So like AEW, not gonna see me this time. Yeah. I love y'all, but not that.
But it was just like they're not making me like I don't know, somebody that could afford or like go with frequency. I don't want to go to the paper. Actually, just watch it at home.
I haven't seen Claudio.
He attacked when Jericho attacked the commentator. He came out with the BCC club and everything. So that's when the only time he came out. It was him.
He's not performing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yuta was in Japan. Hopefully he come back, do what he got to do. Bryan Danielson, I'm glad they put him in on the side because he's been overworking too. What can AEW do to get things better? Do they need to hire more stars?
They don't need more people.
Do they got to deliver the package? Because we talked about the House of Black being repackaged. They're also doing a video. Are the Elite in the House of Black might do beef with the video stuff? Like, what's your thoughts?
I feel like they need a direction. I don't know where they're heading. Like, I know the main title, like, they're doing a tournament, which is fine. The Ring of Honor, Jericho's trying to, like, basically beat everybody that used to be a champion to make a story there, which is fine. But, like, everybody else who's not connected to a title, they're just in limbo. Like, Eddie Kingston, he hasn't done nothing. I know he's doing backstage, but it's like he hasn't been active. Like, the Dark Order, they're hit or miss, like, with matches. So it's like they need to develop in-house people that basically what you did with the Acclaim, do with everybody else.
The formula doesn't work for everybody.
I'm just saying. I feel like
gimmick hit,
but I feel like I'm just watching the same thing every. Like, it's just a rinse.
I said a long time ago, as long as I see my Lucha Bros, I see John, I see a little bit of. I was enjoying Sammy Guevara, but right now he's a douche after he got married. Who else did I say? Yeah. I'm okay.
I feel they need to develop a tag team division, which they do have the people with
a tag team.
No, but like there's no competition. Like, the people that has the title don't. The same people go over.
Do you think that the current tag team, are not strong enough or powerful enough for like the other talents that are on the sideline? Because like on the sideline, we have like good people
but I just want to see them compete, because yes, Acclaim is good in promos, and they still haven't finished the program with Keith Lee and Swerve. But as soon as that's over, there's nobody in like next. Like maybe FTR, maybe not, but like there's nobody like in the wings to be like, oh, that's the next group up. Because I know the Gun Club wanted next, but nothing came out of that. And I think they wanted to go against FTR, but nothing came out of that. So there's no progression of story, or like, I don't know. Even for WWE, they do it. They build up programs. Sometimes takes forever, but at least there's like story continuous. So it's just, I don't know. I just want to do better.
AEW, do better. Just do better. November is dedicated to the I forgot if it's the 10th anniversary of the Shield being formed. And they're dedicating it so far to Roman. They're dedicating to Seth Rollins. But
all three, I think it's good timing. All three are champions.
But Dean is being like also erased from the
WWE. Which is fine. But
is it fine?
They're not gonna like acknowledge somebody that's in the other competition. Like,
they have done it with Hogan. They have done it with Kurt Angle. I mean, like they didn't say his accolade what he did in TNA, which again,
but the same thing they do in it. The same thing with when they did the 25th year anniversary, Billy, the Gun Club couldn't go,
but he had permission though. He chose not to show up,
and they kind of like did Acclaim promos, like, oh, we try to invite, 4 of your guy boys.
Corey comment,
So
he wanted to play scissors.
Yeah, I think he was like, oh, he's too busy playing with
office supplies, which funny. Yeah, but he chose not to show up. That's on him. I don't know what's up with that, but that's on him and Tony Khan or why that didn't flow. But to erase Dean Ambrose, you know what I'm saying, is a little bit. It's a slap in the face, because when Seth was not around, he was hurt, and Roman was facing leukemia. You know what I'm saying? He was your guy. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, him, Dean Ambrose or Moxley, and Seth Rollins were the guys chosen. Roman wasn't the chosen guy.
No, it
was supposed to be Cassius Ohno.
Thank God.
Well, that too, but then you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just kind of funny, like that. Like the base of the group, you're not acknowledging half of it, because Roman got added afterward. Because I'm like, oh, he will be your muscle.
When Roman was facing leukemia, you guys showed him during a live match with Seth and Dean, and then Triple H being the honorary third member. Mm-hmm. You also had you had Kurt Angle being the honorary third member against It was like
I think probably
it was like 3 against 5. It was like a big group.
It probably could have been either the Wire or the Authority, one of the two.
It was like a big group. It was actually Roman and Dean and Kurt Angle maybe.
Yeah,
it was wild. It was one of those crazy match. Kurt Angle pulled an FTR move. They had to take him out and then bring him back in for the ending, which was like, this is so played out. But to me, you guys got to put a little respect to Dean Ambrose. You know what I'm saying? He put in the work. He was your champion. He's a Grand Slam champion for the company. He has worked with multiple people. You even had him wear a freaking mask for his farewell gimmick before leaving the company. So it's like at least
that was like his pre-COVID gimmick.
God bless him.
It was good. Wow, good gimmick.
That not sure why I'm chuckling, but that really was like a wild one. What? Pre-COVID setup? That's funny. So yeah, we gotta put more respect to Dean Ambrose. I think you at least mention his name a little bit more, because you know Roman was not around. Dean, was your heavyweight champion, and I really enjoyed the year that he was
he was a good champ. Yeah,
I saw him in Providence. He had that match with Seth Rollins. They were fighting to see who was going to get the number 1 spot. It was for the championship, and the big ruckus was like, "Oh, Seth won." It was like, nah, he didn't win it. Dean is still our champion. So we had like a good fun time. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. I want to call talking about remembering stuff. Sasha Banks, supposedly her contract is not looking too great. They're still negotiating of
she got the upper hand.
Does she now?
Yeah, because she done the G4. She was there for a little bit.
As Mercedes, she was like a guest, or as Sasha Banks?
But she has other things.
Was she's Mercedes or Sasha Banks?
I don't remember, but I know she participated with one of like the matches, like game matches and stuff from G4. But it's just like she has that. She has like TV. She has movies. Like she doesn't.
She's in other projects for Star Wars,
but she doesn't need at the moment. She doesn't need WWE.
Is she's in Black Panther? We saw her with Naomi, with Jay,
the New Day,
with the New Day for the opening or premiere of the Black Panther movie Wakanda Forever. Yeah. So
she's a movie star, so you can.
She's a popular name. Yes, I'll say that she's a big role model. She went to a Comic-Con with Naomi and made maybe hundreds and thousands of dollars off of people for. 5 feet away photo. Yo, I'll be so tight, but I understand her position. She hates people too. She loves money, but not. She doesn't like. So yeah, right now, like the thing what you said about like the Photoshop thing, I think they would just rushed it personally, but it was kind of funny. I'm like, that doesn't really mean anything because like I could use like Brock's body and place it with freaking I don't know, Austin Theory's head and be like, he's the heavyweight. Be like, bro, we know whose tattoo is that. Like, what are we talking about?
But we'll see. But maybe that's like foreshadowing to possibly giving them back the tag team division.
So when do you think she returns?
I would say probably. The best thing for her would be at the Rumble.
The Rumble is a really special event
because Survivor is coming up soon, and that's like two weeks from now. And
I would love to see Charlotte return.
I feel like if you're gonna bring people, bring them at the Rumble, and like.
But isn't that too much star power though?
It's the Rumble's the second biggest pay-per-view next to WrestleMania.
So we get excited for the mystery star on the men's side, we get excited for the mystery star because, like, for the women's side, it's usually like the same.
Yeah,
Hall of Famer but then
you don't have to bring alumni. You could bring back people that have been off TV. Like you could bring back Becky, you could bring back Charlotte, you could bring the 4 horsewomen because they're all gonna be active.
What happened to Becky again?
So she's out of TV. She got injured, and she's off TV for a little bit. So like you could literally bring the 4 horsewomen. Then you could literally do 4 horsewomen against the 4 horsewomen of, well, not 4, but you could do Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Like this. That's like
complete that squad right there.
Well, one of Marina's favorites over there, and it's in the AEW though.
Well, she has a match with Jade, sure.
But you can even put like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could do
with the current roster. Can you please finish your thoughts about who's the other 4 horsemen? Ronda Rousey,
they probably throw in Natalia, and maybe like Rhea Ripley or something
Pretty
like
girl
that.
Natalia.
But if you keep it with like
Natalia,
but if you keep it with like
Natalia, who's taking advantage of her sister to make it more spicy. If you keep
it like a deck of cards,
that Natalia, no.
Who else you could put for the 4?
I would put Cora Jade.
You know who you're competing against, right? Like you're going against Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha. Come on.
Yeah. Well, Cora has a title. I'll put
Cora Jade. She got no title.
Well, that's the first thing that came to mind.
No.
You put me on the spot, all right? You put me on the spot.
I would keep it like if it was like a deck of cards. So the hearts. So Natalia, Queen of Hearts.
No.
Queen of Spades. The Diamond, which is what's her name? Ronda. Then you have
Ronda's
the club.
The Diamond,
and you have the club, which is Rhea Ripley. So you have like kind of like a.
If anything, Rhea is the Diamond.
I'm just keeping it just.
No,
this is the gimmick. Like
as a gimmick, get that gimmick.
But like that's the 4 that could be compete. That could be able to compete against the 4s.
I'm thinking champion. Blair has to be part of this 4 horsemen because so far she has the only person she hasn't defeated.
Oh, you could do the NXT
Charlotte.
people.
She hasn't defeated Charlotte. Then,
but if she's a champion, she can be in the Rumble. If she's a champion by then, she can be at the Rumble.
Who say Bayley might not have the championship?
That's what we gotta see. Tune in for Crown Jewel
or Survivor Series, depending if she has another match. But the 4 horsemen to face against the
NXT 4 basically.
Yeah.
So you're missing one.
I'm in between because Rhea is so far she's locked in right now. She's locked in with Judgment Day.
Yeah, but like at the Rumble you could have Rhea. You could have Raquel. You could have Bianca Belair.
That's a powerhouse.
And you're missing one. And the one, I wouldn't mind seeing it. She's gotten better, and she has a year reign at the NXT champion. I wouldn't mind throwing Mandy Rose in there.
Get the front. What? What? Mandy?
There's nobody. Who else in the roster? Anybody else in the roster? Well, Alexa or
talent-wise, like championship caliber.
She's a champion.
Like, you ignore Asuka. You ignore Alexa Bliss. Yeah. You don't even mind Carmella. Like hopefully she recovering well and processing her her mishap. Who else has been like? You don't even mention crazy Nikki Cross. You just ignore like.
But you mentioned the only out of those people that have been champion, it's only been Asuka. Alexa wasn't champion. Nikki Cross wasn't champion for NXT.
So we're just only. So the requirement is like you just have to have an NXT.
No, I'm just saying you're making Mandy like they're not to the caliber, but she's a champion that never were champions. Well, when they were in NXT,
celebrated 1 year. Cool. Like
she's gotten way better.
That's how they wanted to book her. Okay, that's.
But she's doing the stuff in the ring.
Not all the time.
But she's doing the stuff in the ring.
Like,
she beat Raquel.
When it's convenient.
She beat Raquel.
That's it.
She beat the two in a triple threat. She beat the basically the main boss. So it's like,
are you talking about the unification that they did of the NXT?
She beat Bear Priestley.
She didn't beat her 1-on-1. It was supposed to be 1-on-1 with Homegirl.
But she beat in a triple threat. She won. She could have lost.
Did she pin her or did she pin the other girl?
Bear Priestley. Wait, still, you don't need to. In order for a triple threat, you could pin anybody. So she hit her finisher and
but she didn't beat the all-time UK champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so
who's you gonna put like you mentioned, yes, Alexa is better in the ring. Asuka is better in the ring. The only person that's like,
is the requirement is that they had to have the NXT Women's Championship?
No, but I would want to put former NXT champions to go against a final, because you got those three who like out of that same.
Asuka is Asuka. The answer. I don't know why we went down that rabbit hole, but the answer is Asuka. The Rhea is Raquel is. Yeah.
But we're still gonna see in the Rumble. You can see you still see Toxic Attraction there either way, so you can still have them three. Yeah.
And we could see Cora, we could see Indy, we could see Roxanne, Wendy Chu. Actually, we should not see a lot of Hall of Famers like before. Trish, Lita and Molly Holly should not be part of this whatsoever. Personally, I think you're good. You're good. Kelly, you don't really do much. You get out quick. The Bella twins,
maybe. Nikki, yes.
It's just for the hype.
Yeah.
No, because if you have Nikki, you need to have Brie, and nobody really want to sing Brie mode. Brie mode. Nobody want to really do that anymore. So there shouldn't be a lot of like alumni.
They have enough people to fill up for the 30. Yeah,
with NXT.
Yeah.
In the SmackDown, in the Raw roster, yes, they do have enough. And you just sprinkle a little bit of old heads, but Trish should take a break. Molly Holly. Even Marie, she doesn't have to come back at all. Literally. Nia Jax would definitely be a nice comeback if they could convince her, and also Tegan Nox.
They work talks with her to come. Probably.
Oh yeah. Her.
But Nia Jax would be a good finale for it, because Ava Reigns will take too long to move up to the main roster. But Nia Jax or Tamina to be part of the tribal chief, just to finish off the whole tribe.
I think the tribal might. I think it's going to downgrade, like slowly snowball down, like not to gain, but
no, but like at least so they could all have like basically the tribe could have every title, or at least the women's tag team.
Do a freaking family reunion type of shit. Call it a day. We don't need like a whole like long buildup of like every single Samoan wrestler or black wrestler in the business just be together. It's just like, Roman is doing the Royal Rumble. He's going to have his match with Cross. Doesn't work out. Roman kick his ass. Then CME finally double cross him. Boom. Doesn't work out. Then Austin Theory would try to cash on him. Soul come out of nowhere. Boom. Knock him down. And hopefully with the announcement of the XFL coming in 2023, The Rock finally decide to come back to WWE, challenge Roman Reigns, and then lose the belt to The Rock, because there's not a best way to start an XFL season with like champions belt on the owner's body. Like personally, it's just good.
That'll be a good look, yeah.
And then you be like, oh, I'm injured because like I blew up my chest pecs again, and then he's relinquished, and then you build up another storyline or separate the two belts, like the Gauntlet in the Marvel Infinity Stones. You separate them, and one will be finally in Fox, the other one in the US, and the world will be happily ever after. I'm surprised Roman hasn't gone to NXT just to take a third belt.
Well, we might see the Survivor Series. It'd be a good match. It'd be
a good match, but I'm surprised he hasn't taken away the belt and just be like, I'm the champ, I'm the chief of all three now. Like, acknowledge me, blah blah blah. Like I'm surprised.
Solo should have been good to go to the NXT title.
Oh my god, that would have been good. Yo, that North American Championship in SmackDown on Raw was dope. Yeah, you stupid, you guys messed that shit up on him. So mad about that. So mad. I don't see him beating Gunther anytime soon.
Oh yeah, talking about that. Tomorrow we're gonna see a massacre for the IC title.
Oh my god!
We're gonna see Rey Mysterio.
We witnessed a massacre. Like Rey
Mysterio.
Like, I'm not sure.
Is there a chance for him to pull it off?
Hell no.
Just, you know?
This is not Dave Bautista. This is not one of those type of, like, David and Goliath type of buildup. This is just a simple, whooping your ass, and then you can finally retire as Rey Mysterio. I think this is his retirement match. Like, he doesn't want Gunther. He probably wanted someone else, a little bit more agile, maybe his son. You know what I'm saying? But I think Rey is just saying, like, I'm good.
Because I know we have Sheamus's group boys going against the Usos. Mm-hmm. We could potentially see the Imperium go against the Usos. So I wouldn't mind seeing Gunther against Solo. That would be good.
Gunther versus Solo, but I don't think Gunther is going to lose the belt like that.
Yeah.
I think Gunther might just try to clean house and try to go to Roman. Like Gunther versus Roman, and then Roman giving him his big L. That would be something. That would be entertaining. That would be a little bit more of my type of flavor.
Yeah. But I don't know. Anything to have a WWE. I don't think Rey's going to win it, but the easiest way for Solo to, like, basically the easiest way for him to get that title, it's like go through Rey Mysterio. That's the easiest route, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. He's going to get chopped out.
If Rey win this match, I swear that Triple H is just like, Triple H does not respect the IC title anymore. And I say this out of respect for Rey, because Rey did a lot. Okay? Rey has done a lot, but I think he's ready to just like step away. You know, because it doesn't.
You put him with the legado.
He doesn't have to be with nobody.
Somebody. I don't know.
He just want to be home with his kids. Well, one of his kids, and just like be gone. Like not like it's like Carmella. For those who don't know, Carmella has not been on TV because unfortunately she had a miscarriage, and because of that, you know, she's just dealing with, you know, the process. You know what I'm saying? Losing the opportunity to be a full mother and such it has to be a painful thing, you know? So with that being said, her not being on TV, I kind of do desire for her to return on TV because, you know, she's one of those elements that, you know, brought certain type of, you know, flavor to the show. Rey, similar to what Jericho is to AEW, has been on TV for nearly the whole year, and I'm good. You know, Seth Rollins, I can't wait until he loses the belt so he can also go on vacation. Becky Lynch, I'm glad she's on vacation. Charlotte Flair, I'm glad she's still working out. Your videos of like working out is incredible. Keep up the good work. But you know, I'm glad she's doing her thing. Same with Sasha Banks and Naomi. I'm glad you guys are doing your stretches and movies appearance and modeling moves, but you're good. You know what I'm saying? But once they come in TV, it'd be like, oh shoot, can't believe it. You know, it's that excitement, that pop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. And I want the pop for Rey, but I don't want it now.
No.
You know, I rather want it for it to be like 2023, if it's possible, without the belt or a championship involved, facing your son. That would be cool. But now, disappear. Just be gone. We don't need you.
True.
We don't need your face. What else do we have in the agenda? Yes, we got an agenda. Jake Paul.
Thoughts about Dana Brooke wanted to make the 24/7 champion into a woman's mid card?
Yes, I love the idea because what you're doing is you know someone's trash is someone else's treasure, in a sense, and she is seeing that, and I think Bailey also was behind this idea too. Is like,
how come they should, instead of making a woman's or like a gender
midway,
they should make it a open like championship. So it
for
could be
anybody.
For anybody.
That's what this 24/7 championship
Yeah, but
is.
like make it not take the company out. Make it like a legit, like, you know how other companies have the never open or open championship that it could be any weight class, anybody. So basically you have your like top tier peoples and you still have like the mid card, but you still have people, a bunch of people on the bottom that want something to go for. So give them that, or anybody who's not doing anything, give them that title. So I feel like they could make it into like an open weight championship. So it could be genderless, or if they want to make it into women's mid card, fine, because the women don't have a mid card.
I mean, I'm more opposed. I'm more on the side of the of a women's middleweight championship. You know, the TBS championship has doing its job. I think Dana Brooke being the new or the inaugural middleweight champion will be nice for the business. I think it will fulfill exactly what you said. Those who has been in the bottom have something to look forth until they get the proper recognition, so they could go for the tag team or for the actual main or heavyweight women's belt for it.
Yeah, because you have like Pivo, for example, like that'd be good. Because at the moment you have like what is it, Bianca, and you have Rousey on the top. So then you basically gonna eventually want everybody. Let's say you have a full roster, you will eventually have all the 4 horsewomen going for those top positions. So then you're gonna have people, for example, like Johnny Gargano's wife. Where does she fit? So she could go for that title. You could have people that you call up from NXT, like Indy Hartwell or Raquel or whomever's not competing in a tag team or the main event. You have them still competing for something, and I feel like there's more stakes to their matches rather than just them having a TV filler match or like and during commercials. Then you have like picture in picture. So I feel like that could be good for like people that are coming up or like build up like a championship ring will be.
I wouldn't mind that. I do feel like they should add one more women's championship belt. Ronda, though, there are articles that say that she don't want like a gender title at all. Maybe they're gonna do something similar to the UFC, where it's like the bantamweight and the what's the other one that she had for so long? Weatherbit.
It's not a strawweight or something. But what do you mean, like
she instead of it be calling the women's championship belt, championship, she would want to take out the word women and just be like, this is a WWE championship belt for what division? I mean, clearly you're in the women, but she. But
like, not everybody's the same weight class. That's the issue.
Well, that's something that she was trying to promote, or see if they're willing to do something like that.
Because some of them like might be lighter, or some of them might be heavier, and it's just like if you do weight classes like that, it's not, you don't have enough roster to do it. Like if you, for example, Nikita Lyon, she's probably like a weight class or 2 more than Rousey.
Is it bantamweight in straw?
I think strawweight, bantamweight, then it goes up to like lightweight, then lightweight, then lightweight, welterweight.
For the women?
I think it goes 125, 135, 145, 155. Then 165. I think it stops at 155.
Yeah.
So there's like featherweight, strawweight, the bantamweight, then it's lightweight.
I feel like is it lightweight? Well, she's trying to take the gender out of the championship belt.
I don't know. I don't think it's a Thank you Rousey for the thought, but not a good idea.
It's something that she's been talking about for a while, but I don't think it's really going to happen because there's divisions. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying like, oh, if a man weigh about 155, like in the cruiserweight, do they get
not even the smallest person, which is Rey Mysterio? Not even Ricochet, probably the smallest person. No, Ricochet, it's 180 something, and what's his name? Rey Mysterio's like 180, 170. That's like the smallest one that I could think of. Maybe NXT there might be some like skinnier guy, but there's nobody like under 180, 170 max.
Yeah, so nobody really. I don't know. That was just like
it's just like
it's just like something that she approached.
Like I'm saying, gender is not necessary, but I feel like to be more digestible for like the company, you need to have a distinction between the two. Okay, and it's just like it's easier to market to be like, this is for guys. And you could buy whatever, but it's just like, and the signs are about the same. So there's not that really that much difference in title. I think the women's championship is white, and I think white and blue and white and so it's like at least a little distinction. But like NXT, they changed it to white, but it should be both of them used to be black titles.
Yeah, like let's go back to the white because that black one is wild. That oh god, it's don't like it. Let's see what else we have. That was really good thoughts on your end. To be honest with you, I was really impressed with that. CM Punk, possibility he might be fully done with wrestling. Possibility he is gonna come back and wrestle one more time, or go to NWA.
At the moment he don't have a good heat, so like just honestly like step away, like make us miss you.
Steel Ace,
I feel like make us miss you again. But I think if it might be a little too late to like if he goes and comes back, might be a little too late. But it's just like you don't. It's good if he comes back because he has heat, and it's like he's a bad guy, whatever. It could run with that, but like nobody wants to work with him, and they saw what they did. He did WWE. Now he's AEW. So it's just like nobody wants to do business, and in order to make money, you need to have a good business, and it's not.
And Triple H said, "Never say never."
No.
Do you think there is a possibility?
They could be, but I think it might be kind of what they had for when he used to be a commentator, like kind of like keep him in house. You know what I'm saying? Like when they had the show, the Fox show.
I remember it was John Cena, Triple H, CM Punk, and I forgot who's the fourth person, but it was like their way of trying to do what was it called again? Is like people were trying to do a strike.
Okay.
Because Triple H was in charge of operation at that time, and Vince was like, "Come on, guys, this is silly. There's only 4 of you guys doing like the whole show. Like, you guys are gonna really do a match for 2 hours?" And I was like, I think they're capable of doing that. I'm trying to remember who's the fourth person is, because CM Punk was doing commentary, Triple H was the referee, and then John Cena was like working with someone. It was like
maybe Randy Orton or somebody.
It was like a Randy or something like that, because everybody was not too happy on what Triple H was trying to do early in 2015. But those were the good old days. Yeah. I laugh about that. But commentary for CM Punk, he has done it with UFC. He has done it with WWE.
Or do backstage. I don't know. I feel I
backstage.
He's done. They did a remember. They did a backstage show.
Well, that's a show. Yeah. I thought you meant like they were talking to talent. Like,
but it's just I don't know. Like at the moment, there's too much. He's too messy at the moment. So like I feel like he's untouchable.
He is messy.
Yeah. So it's just like either give him some time to like fix everything, or like if WWE picks him up, they know how to market people and get the most money.
And talking about Triple H, there's a great possibility that he's going to eliminate pay-per-view Money in the Bank and incorporate it now to WrestleMania. Good. So your hypothesis of him, of Theory holding the belt after WrestleMania may be pushed back at
a couple of months. Yeah.
So do you still believe your idea?
You could still have 2, because normally the Money in the Bank. So I don't know if he has to cash it in by the end of the night, or they might do Money in the Bank night 1. Mm-hmm. Then you have 2 people Money in the Bank, which will be a better story with 2 people Money in the Bank for the men. Mm-hmm. So imagine somebody night 1 gets it, and then night 2 you have 2 people. So then you have to worry about a possible triple threat.
That's a lot of people involved, bro.
It's double the trouble. I think imagine, for example, Roman. Let's say Roman wins, goes WrestleMania and goes against The Rock and wins, or The Rock, whomever wins, and they both beat up whatever. Then you have, instead of 1 people cashing in, 2 people cashing in, and it's kind of playing Uno. You get +2. You know what I'm saying? So then you have like,
I like
that. Then for the triple threat, that'll be a triple threat. Then you don't, like. The champion doesn't have to win. You could pin the other guy.
I prefer that, like, whenever it's the Money in the Bank event, that's when before the event happens or during, that's when it expires. If you haven't expired, then it's like non-void. Like, bro, you miss your chance. Because that's what happened with Otis. Otis was taking too long, and they'd be like, all right, if you're not gonna catch the money, we'll just have the Miz take it away from you, and he'll know when to cash it in, which was freaking amazing. I think who he cashed it on
Bobby Lashley.
On Bobby freaking Lashley. Wow, that was the good old days. Those were the Sheamus. It was Sheamus. Sheamus and Cena was having a match. Referee.
No, but the most recent one, he cashed it in on Bobby Lashley.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, Sheamus. Okay.
Yeah. So it was Triple H as the referee, improv, and then Cena and Sheamus, because they were like, we don't care about the strike, or we like how you run business. They were doing the match, and they were going to do a match for like 2 to 3 hours, and CM Punk was stuck doing commentary. Shout out to Reddick for that.
But I like that they I think there's too many pay-per-views. I feel like you could do one every.
We're losing pay-per-view.
Which is fine.
We're gonna lose Hell in a Cell. We're gonna incorporate. We might get Money in the Bank inside of WrestleMania. So that's 2 gone. Fireball. We have not seen that,
which is good. That needs to go. Like the ones that they need to bring back.
TLC hasn't been on TV.
But the one that need to bring back, it's Cyber. I think it's not Cyber Bulls. So basically, like make people vote for the matches. That'd be good for the rating. So it's like makes people like Twitter or whatever before 8:30. Put the matches that you want.
Oh, when people used to vote and be
vote
like,
in
who you want to see in the match, and then it'd be fixed, and then we'll know like, oh yeah, is it like who do you want? Seth Rollins to face. Do you want him to face Sheamus, Barrett, or
whomever? Yeah,
and then it's usually like Sheamus or like someone that they're trying to like mix the story.
But at least have people vote. Like
pretend that they're voting. Your votes don't really matter. But go ahead.
But do that one. Vengeance wouldn't be bad. Bring it down back.
They took away TLC.
Yeah, but even when the gimmick like pay-per-views, they don't do what they're supposed to be doing. Remember the Extreme Rules? I think last year, whatever, they weren't extreme. The TLC, they didn't use no ladders, tables, or like they're not like.
Wait. Whose fault is that? Is it the booking or was it Vince McMahon?
It's the people wrestling. You could pull a chair out. Vince is not gonna come out and be like, no, like.
It was Vince, man. Vince is the one who was trying to keep it like PG, trying to keep these kids under 13 years old watching this stuff. We wanted the chair. We wanted Shane McMahon to continue doing.
Because I feel like if you do one every 3 months or every 2 months.
Okay, so far for solid is Survivor Series, War Games now, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania ain't going nowhere, and then SummerSlam. Those
that's
4.
basically if you that's booking for 3 months.
That's 25% of the year.
Yeah, that's every 3 months.
Then
they might bring back
Mercy.
I don't think Backlash. I think they might take that one out. I think.
So we're not gonna agree on No Mercy should stay.
But No Mercy hasn't been this year.
Okay, so
this year we had WrestleMania, we have Royal Rumble. WrestleMania
Day 1
and Elimination Chamber, Backlash. Why? They taken that one out. They given it to NXT.
Concho. Okay.
Yeah. So they're moving pay-per-views from one to NXT to from NXT to the main roster.
WWE is doing like what freaking AEW does, that they only have 4 major pay-per-views.
But I think it's better for booking. Like you get 3 months to like build up people. Because basically right now they have like every month and a half or almost every month
there was a pay-per-view, something to look forth. Yes. I love it.
That basically you only have, in theory, if you do that one every month, you only have 2 weeks of program. Because 1 week
you get 3.5 weeks of preparation.
Because 1 week, literally the week before, it's go home show, so you can do nothing crazy before the pay-per-view.
Right.
The week after the pay-per-view, it's
another pay-per-view is on Saturday too.
And the pay-per-view, if you do whatever weeks after the pay-per-view, it's like a recap. So let's say, I don't know, if they had the 2 championships in Roman's and SmackDown, he can't like comment on his match that happened the weekend until Friday. So that first week is just like a callback to the week before. And the last week, so you only have week 2 and 3 as like story.
But this is my thing, right? If they're planning on doing the shakedown, right, after WrestleMania of 2023, you are not going to assume that 4 major show pay-per-view are going to be the big one. And let's also consider price might be going even higher for this too, for those who pay it at their home and don't have Peacock, promo, not promo. So we're seeing, instead of displaying the talent, which the whole premise of No Mercy, Vengeance, Extreme Rules, Fireball, Clash of Champions,
Stomping Grounds,
TLC. The whole premise of this is that each brand display their talent and try to build a good card for each side. And now we're saying, like, now we're only gonna do 4 unity matches and cross our fingers and hope for the best.
Because I feel like you need the 4 main ones that you mentioned.
And let's talk about the city too. Like, we're not gonna do a pay-per-view in Chicago anymore. We're only gonna select 4 big city. Let's say right now WrestleMania is going to Hollywood, right? Boom.
I think Royal Rumble. I think it's in Texas. I think
Royal Rumble is Texas. So who's gonna be are you going back to New York for SummerSlam?
I think there's one. I think next year's, if I'm correct, the next year's WrestleMania I think might be in Philly.
WrestleMania is going to be in Philly?
I think.
That's cold. Literally, April is a chilly time of the season up here.
What's the dome?
Where the Eagles play or the
I think it might be like the indoor.
Where like the Philly
I think probably Philly,
play.
Yeah. I think it might be Philly. I don't know if it might be. I know they mentioned a pay-per-view at Philadelphia, but I got to figure. I don't know if it's.
Oh, we're talking about the 76ers arenas that they share with the hockey team.
You see, where's Tyrell will need him?
I don't know. He's working on his story. No. He's writing a book right now. So like we're like right now, Boston is being blessed that they're getting Survivor Series, one of the top 4 this year. So far it's been Boston. Then we're going to Texas. We're going to Cali. So does SummerSlam go to Chicago?
So that could be
or does it go to New York? You know? So Tennessee doesn't get love, knowing that it's one of the top state that produce wrestlers.
If you have those 4 as your staple,
Virginia,
you still got like
Florida.
A bag full, but you have a bag full of other pay-per-views that you could throw in there. But like,
it's Florida now. AEW state of wrestling, like WWE.
You have NXT there,
but I'm just saying, like, why can't I don't like the idea that's just only 4 major show, just like AEW that have Double or Nothing, Full Gear. What's the one that's coming this week?
That's Full Gear. The one that's coming out.
What was the one?
Winter's coming, but that's a TV pay-per-view.
No. They have 4. Casino, no, Double or Nothing is their WrestleMania.
So you have All Out. It's their WrestleMania.
All out, or Double or Nothing.
All Out. It's their like big one.
No, All Out. We just watched All Out.
Yeah, that's their like big. I guess all right. So that would be their SummerSlam, I guess. But that's like.
So Double or Nothing, All Out, Full. What's their 4th one? Yo, we apologize right now because right now I'm just a little bit emotionally invested. I'm not going to see a lot of pay-per-view, but less. And then Crown Jewels will be the 5th one for WWE if they still do business with the Prince. Don't you agree?
Yeah, let's see. So you have Survivor Series TD Garden this year. Day 1, Georgia. The Rumble is in Texas. NXT Vengeance. You see, so they giving main roster pay-per-views to NXT. So NXT Vengeance is in Florida. And Elimination Chamber, that's the first pay-per-view in a while they've done in Canada. Then you have Roadblock, which is the new one. That's Day 1 in NXT. Then you have the Hall of Fame in Las Vegas. Spring Break and let's see. So then you have Money in the Bank. Hasn't been announced yet. And SummerSlam hasn't been announced yet. Yeah. So, sorry. So, WrestleMania next year, 2024, it's Philadelphia.
Yep. In which arena?
And Lincoln Financial. So, it's Philly. And I guess
the baseball team?
No, Lincoln Financial, that's the Philly one.
The baseball team. Are you saying like the
football team? Lincoln Financial. That's
the Eagles. Yeah. Okay. Because when you're saying Philly, that's the name of the.
Oh no, but it's at Philadelphia.
The Philadelphia Phillies. Because when you're saying Philly, I'm like,
no. So 2024, so
Eagles
next year, because next is 23. Mm-hmm. So that's LA. Next year, it's in Philly.
Okay, so I thought they had Revolution. Oh, I think it's Revolution. Okay, yeah. So it's Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out, Full Gear, Revolution, Double or Nothing.
And they also have like TV pay-per-views too that like
F that.
Like there was a Winter's Coming and some other ones.
Yeah, so Full Gear is their Survivor Series match, and then we're gonna get Revolution one more time in January. So again,
because I feel like if you have in a calendar year, you have 4 pay-per-views like your staples. Mm-hmm. So you have your Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, and you have Survivor Series. Mm-hmm. You could fill in between and pick and choose from literally a list of.
But NXT is the ones who's going to be doing those other stuff.
Yeah, but they're not.
They get Halloween Havoc. They get the
Beach Break.
Whatever. Summer Bash or July Bash. Yeah. They get the thing in Valentine.
No, they got that's Vengeance now. And I think they switching the day one. They're not doing day one. They giving it to NXT, and it's gonna be Roadblock.
All right, Paul. And by Paul, I'm referring to AAA. You gotta impress me with what you're gonna be doing for 2023, because I'm sad that I'm not gonna get a lot of pay-per-view to make my prediction. So it seems like a lot of the work is going off of them and going towards NXT. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. Are we going to see a lot of War Games? Because remember, War Games was like we get War Games
because I feel like
fall, in the winter. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if they continue like with the 4 things, they could always.
No. They could. It's not called War Games. My apology. Takeovers. Yeah. Takeovers was the
staple, like table.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could do Clash of Champions, which they didn't do this year. That was the Clash of the Castle. So that's Battle of Champions or whatever. Basically, all the champions defend, even though we only had 3 champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, so hopefully things change next year. So they still could do. They have a list of pay-per-views. They could always add stuff in. It's easy to take them out and like reshuffle everything. The only way
it's gonna actually work is when they remove the belt from the bloodline.
Yeah, then you have 2.
And then you have SmackDown focus, Raw focus, and then
because I feel like
they'll try to end AEW as quick as possible.
I feel like 6, because 1 month, like basically now we have kind of 1 pay-per-view a month. I feel like 1 month is too quick per pay-per-view.
But that's how it was, and had no problem because 1 month was SmackDown, 1 month was Raw, Unity, 1 month was SmackDown, Raw, Unity. You know, there was a pattern, there was a flow. Mm-hmm. It gave people like time for them to like, you know, pick your thing. Like SmackDown gave a hell of a No Mercy match when it was like the Miz, the Seth, you know what I'm saying, Sasha. Like there was like great matches when it's like blue brand, red brand focus, you know, and the gold and black should be also focused. But like I said, I'm putting my trust in you, Paul. I'm hoping you do a great job. And by Paul, I'm referring to Triple H. Please don't mess this up, because I'm not gonna front. The idea of Money in the Bank being a WrestleMania going back is not a bad thing. Yeah. It's just that it's just like,
and also like that could be a good thing because it's
like the ladder match that started, like the first ladder match was in TLC was born in WrestleMania with Edge and Christian, Dudley Boyz, and the Hardy Boys. Like that match is one of the toppest TLC match you're ever going to witness in the WWE platform. And it's, you know, great things have happened in WrestleMania. It's just sad that, you know what I'm saying, they're just doing it differently. But I think we're in our closing point, right?
Yeah. I think was it Comic-Con this weekend.
Yes. For those who enjoyed, please share photos, tag us, Providence Lucha Talk.
I have a list of who I want to see. I'll probably end up seeing Trish and Lita, probably MJF.
60s.
I know. Right? MJF, that's
120.
Then Gun Club, Billy Gunn's gonna be there.
Just Billy Gunn?
Just Billy.
I think his price went up. I think he's like 60.
Yeah. Then I'll probably do a couple other, mostly My Hero people. I'll probably have a couple of Funkos on them. I know RoboCop's gonna be there.
Not counting your pocket, but so far you're already like in the 600s.
Yeah.
God damn.
I gotta narrow it down a little bit.
Like,
but I definitely
not counting your pocket, but like
the ones that I definitely want to get. It's like Trish and Lita, definitely. Saraya. That's gonna be there.
That's a 150 for sure.
Yeah, her thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think photo on the thing. Photo it's like 70. No, autograph 70 and photo it's like 1 something. I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But so them three, Mr. Feeney for boys.
Feeney.
Yeah.
Mr. Feeney.
So Mr. Feeney, then probably a couple other people, but this is gonna be probably mostly like comic book focused this year. But yeah, so I'll be posting on on Providence Lucha Talk and my own personal ones too. So
please do. Yeah. For those who don't know, who's in the New England area, Beyond Wrestling, that's located in Worcester, is an indie, is bringing a school, an institute, to New England. And if you are interested in signing up, all you got to do is send them an email, beyondwrestling@gmail.com. Let them know that you're interested. Give them a good reason why. If you are accepted, they'll give you the price and the scheduling. I applied. Me and the Oracle, we're thinking about doing this. We have a bit because so if this really happens, we're hoping that our graduation match will be us and we just do the most craziest nonsense stuff we could pull out of our ass for like 2 minutes. But I haven't heard anything yet, so we'll see what happens. But Beyond Wrestling is bringing school here, and one of the coaches is Mr. Ken from the Spirit Club.
Okay, yeah.
He's also a coach in WWE, so he's going to be helping out leading the Beyond Wrestling Institute. So that's a great way to end it. Thank you guys for sticking this long with us. Share your thoughts, your feelings in the comment below. Make sure you give us the 5 stars in the podcast, thumbs up in our social media. Again, we're in the Facebook, Instagram, IG, and Twitter, Providence Lucha Talk, and also on your favorite podcast. Just type in our Providence Lucha Talk and you'll find us. So with that being said, I am Jay.
This is Lucito.
We say buenas noches and good night, and WWE, be safe out there, okay?
Yeah, and do better, AEW.